I used to think that self-care was just about doing like face mask, a nice little bubble bath, until I discovered these 10 self-care tips that have completely changed my life. We're talking better skin, more energy, and actually feeling confident. And the best part is, most of these things won't cost you a dime. Hi, my name is Cheyenne Barley. Welcome to my channel. Whether you're new here or you're returning, I am so happy to have you here. On this channel, we cover lifestyle, wellness, and all the little habits that make a big difference in you feeling confident, empowered, and unstoppable every single day. And if you love practical tips that actually work, hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications, because trust me, these 10 self-care tips are going to change how you show up for yourself every single day. So let's dive right into it. Tip number 1 is to drink more water. I know everybody tells you to drink more water, but it's so true. When I started to drink more water, I noticed a huge difference in my skin. My energy level skyrocketed. It just transformed me in ways that I would never have thought that water would transform me. So please drink your water. What helped me was I bought a 32-ounce water bottle. You could get this from Amazon. You could get this from, I got mine from Walmart. You could get it from Target. You could get it from anywhere. But having a 32-ounce water bottle, you could even get a cute one. Mine's not that cute to like motivate you to drink water, but having a 32-ounce water bottle around you at all times is so helpful to reach your 80-ounce of water goal. Trust, get that water bottle. Another game changer is to either add a pinch of salt in your water or electric lights in the morning to actually help your body absorb the water instead of just, peeing it all out. I started doing this about 3 months ago, and the difference is literally night and day. And pro tip, if you hate plain water, which I know a lot of people do, personally, I like the taste of water, but you could add a slice of lemon, some cucumbers, maybe some fruit, just to spice up your water a little bit. Remember, the goal is consistency, not perfection. Tip number 2 is starting your day with a 5-minute stretch routine. Doing this completely changed my relationship with my morning routine. I used to wake up stiff, groggy, and literally draining my day ahead of me because I was just so tired and exhausted and unmotivated. Now I literally just bounce out of bed and do my 5-minute stretching routine, and it honestly has waken me up and has made me feel so much more better in the morning. So you don't need any yoga experience or any fancy equipment to do these 5-minute stretches. I do a simple routine every single day. So first I will do 30 seconds of a neck roll, then I'll do a 1-minute cat-cow stretch, another minute of forward folds, 1 minute of hip openers, 1 minute of a gentle twist, and then lastly I'll end off with a 30-second deep breath. Why this 5-minute stretching routine works so well, because it kind of like gently wakes up your body. It gets your blood flowing, and it signals to your brain that you're taking care of yourself first before the chaos of the day starts. I do this 5-minute morning stretches literally in my room, still in my pajamas. You don't need to change your clothes, put on a gym fit. Not necessary. Honestly, my 5-minute stretches have become one of my favorite things that I do in the morning, honestly. And I look forward to doing them every morning. Tip number 3 is probably the hardest, but most rewarding, and that is no screen time 30 minutes before bed. Full transparency, I struggled with this so hard. It's so hard to put down your phone when you're on like TikTok. You just be doom scrolling. TikTok is probably the worst with doom scrolling, especially before bed. But when I finally committed to putting my phone away 30 minutes before bed, I noticed that my sleep improved so much. Here's what I do instead during those 30 minutes that I have. So I will do my skincare routine. I will read maybe a chapter of my book. The book that I'm reading currently right now is First Win Lies. Honestly, I recommend that book. The book is so good. I will journal about my day. I'll do a little light stretching or a meditation, or I will prep my outfit for the next day. So the science behind it is that blue light from screen suppresses melatonin production, which is a hormone that makes you sleepy. So by cutting your screen time by 30 minutes, your brain naturally starts to wind down. So what I do is I set an alarm 30 minutes before my scheduled bedtime. So when this alarm goes off, that's when I know it's time to put my phone away and get ready for bed. Tip number 4 is to meal prep your breakfast. So this self-care tip saved me so much stress in the morning time, because when I wake up, breakfast is already ready. I don't have to think about what I'm gonna eat. It's already prepared. Some of my go-to meal prep breakfast is overnight oats. I do love a chia pudding, a smoothie. I make egg bites. Those are really good. There's so many things that you can meal prep. You can even make muffins and have that in the morning. There's so many breakfast ideas that you could do, but just doing it the night before just saves you so much time in the morning, and you feel less stressed. You already have everything prepared, and it's just amazing. For someone like me who doesn't really like to eat breakfast, this one forces me to eat breakfast. Two, eating a real breakfast has completely stabilized my energy levels throughout the day. No more crashes and no more being hangry. Tip number 5 is a simple 3-step skincare routine for the morning and the night. Listen, you don't need a whole 12-step Korean skincare routine to have glowy skin. You don't need to do all that. What you do need is consistency with 3 basic steps. So that's cleansing, moisturizing, and an SPF. So my morning skincare routine looks like this. So in the morning, I use micellar water to cleanse my face. And then I go in with my, I didn't bring it with me, but it is the Ilia face milk. And then I will put on my Black Girl sunscreen, 30 SPF. I love this, so good. It doesn't leave any white cast. I would recommend this sunscreen to anybody. That would be my morning routine. And then at night, I will use this cleanser. This is the foaming facial cleanser for normal to oily skin. I love this cleanser. It works so well. After I cleanse, I will go in with my Medicube Zero Pore pads. These are so good. I got this on Amazon. So good. Then I will go in with my Fully Hydration face cream with hyaluronic acid and peptides from e.l.f. I know this is 4 steps, but you get the gist. And then lastly, I will go in with my rose hip oil. I don't think you can see it, but this is my rose hip oil. I'll have everything linked down below. When I started implementing this skincare routine in the morning and night every single day, I noticed that my skin changed drastically. My skin became so much more smoother, so much more clean, so much more hydrated. Most of my texture went away. I had fewer breakouts. My hyperpigmentation also started to fade. I think it was because of this rosehip oil. I love this stuff. So the key is consistency over complexity. I'd rather you do these 3 steps than buying these expensive 12-step skincare routine that you're only going to use 2 times and then just waste your money. Tip number 6 is either a 10-minute meditation or breathing. I used to think meditation was just not helpful. It was just like whatever, you're just sitting there doing nothing. I never really thought that meditation was like anything special. I didn't think it really worked. But when I started doing it consistently, I just noticed a huge difference. Truly, like me, I'm smiling because I'm just like, I was so skeptical in the beginning, but it honestly, it's amazing. Like I started doing this consistently for 30 days and I noticed a huge difference in my mental health. Like the benefits that I seen from meditation was it reduced my anxiety by, I would say, over 50%. It helped me to respond instead of react to stress. It improved my focus and concentration, and it made me feel way more grounded and present in my day-to-day life. So you don't need to like sit in like, you know, a lotus position and say, like for 10 minutes. That's not what I mean. It's literally, you could sit on your couch, you could sit on your bed, you could sit on the floor, you could sit anywhere. Set a timer for 10 minutes and just focus on your breathing. Whenever I'm meditating and I notice that my mind starts to wander, which, you know, it will sometimes, I would gently bring my mind back to my breathing to kind of like recenter myself. So my favorite techniques are the box breathing technique, which is 4 counts in, 4 counts hold, 4 counts out, 4 counts hold. And then I also love to do a body scan meditation where I just focus on feeling it from my feet all the way up to my head, and I just focus on each body part while moving up, if that makes any sense. Or either I'll go on YouTube or TikTok and follow a 10-minute meditation or breathing guide, which I find very, very helpful. And it's like, you don't really have to think about it, you just follow along. And you could always start with 5 minutes if you feel like 10 minutes is a little bit too long for you. The goal is to build the habit. Tip number 7 is to journal for 5 minutes. This is hands down the most therapeutic self-care tip on the list. Journaling helps me so much. It helps me process my emotions, track my growth. I'm able to write all my thoughts down on paper, which is super, super helpful. Here are some of my simple journal prompts that you could use. So one of the questions can be, what am I grateful for today? What's one win from today, no matter how small? What's one thing that I can improve on for tomorrow? And lastly, how am I feeling now and why? You don't need any fancy or expensive journals or perfect handwriting. I honestly just use a basic notebook that I got from the dollar store. Some days I will write 3 pages, some days I'll write 1 page, some days I'll just write a sentence. It really doesn't matter. The point is to show up for yourself. So when I look back on like my journal entries from 6 months ago, I noticed that I've grown so much. It's like crazy to like look back and see the growth. Like the problems that I felt back then that felt so massive have been solved now. And then patterns that I didn't notice before have started to become so much more obvious. It's like having a conversation with yourself that actually leads somewhere, if that makes sense. Personally, I like to journal like at night, but you could journal either in the morning, at night. You could do both and see which one works best for you. But journaling at night helps me process the day that I had. It also helps me to like clear my mind before I go to sleep. So I would highly recommend journaling at night. Tip number 8 is finding movements that you actually enjoy and doing them daily. Notice how I didn't say working out or going to the gym? Because self-care movements isn't about punishing yourself and forcing you to go to the gym when you don't want to. It's about moving your bodies in ways that feel good to you. So my favorite forms of joyful movement are doing a 20-minute walk either on my walking pad or outside and listening to a podcast. I love to put on my favorite playlist and just dance in my living room or dance in my room. I also enjoy doing at-home Pilates, or I'll also just do some stretches while watching a TV show, or I'll, like I said, walk on my walking pad and watch a TV show or watch a movie. So I stopped thinking about movement as I have to work out. Instead, I start to think of it as I get to move my body. And that mindset shift has made all of the difference. Now I generally look forward to doing my 30-minute daily movement every single day. I get to choose an activity that I enjoy doing and it doesn't feel like a chore or a burden. The goal with the 30 minutes movement is consistency and joy, not burning the maximum amount of calories that you can in the 30 minutes. Remember, your body is designed to move. So find a movement that feels good to you and not what some gym influencer told you to do. And start making it a non-negotiable part of your day. Trust me, your mental health and your physical health, they'll thank you. Tip number 9 is completing a weekly self-care routine that is just for you. So this is different from your daily habits. So this is your 1 hour per week where you go all in pampering yourself. I typically do mine every Sunday, and it's honestly become a favorite part of my week, and I look forward to it every week. My simple self-care routine consists of, so I start with a long hot shower bath with essential oil. Then I will do a full skincare routine with a face mask. I will do a hair mask or a deep conditioner treatment. I will either paint my nails or put on some press-on nails. I will light a candle and put on some relaxing music, and then I will either read, journal, or I'll just sit in silence for 10 to 15 minutes. This matters so much because as people, we easily get caught up in helping other people, you know, taking care of everybody else around us. This weekly routine is to remind you that you deserve care and attention too. The key is to make it consistent. So you need to pick a day and do the same day each week, and make sure this is a non-negotiable habit that you do weekly. It doesn't have to be an expensive routine. My whole routine cost me about $20 because I use a lot of drugstore product and then products that I already have at home. So self-care doesn't mean spending money or buying expensive products. It means spending intentional time with yourself. Tip number 10 is prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of sleep every single day. This is a self-care tip that makes all of the other tips that we've talked about previously actually work. You could drink all the water, do all the skincare, journal every day, but if you're only getting 5 hours of sleep every night, then what is the point? Here's are a few things that started to change when I started to prioritize my sleep. My skin cleared up drastically, my mood stabilized, my energy levels started to stay consistent throughout the day, my focus and productivity skyrocketed, and I started to crave junk food less and less. Here's how I protect my sleep. So I set a bedtime every night. My bedtime is 11 p.m. and I stick to that. And I also set an alarm on my phone reminding me that it's bedtime. So I make sure my bedroom is a little bit cool and it's dark and quiet. I also do no caffeine after 2 o'clock. And then I do my 30 minutes digital detox that we talked about in tip 3. And then lastly, I started taking magnesium supplement, and that has honestly been a game changer. I only need 5 hours sleep as like a badge of honor. Now I realize that was just me running on stress hormones and slowly burning myself out. We need to start to remember that sleep isn't lazy. It's literally when your body is able to repair itself, process emotions, and consolidate memories. Here's the beautiful thing. You don't need to implement all these 10 steps all at once. I recommend to start with 1 or 2 that really resonate with you. Master that for a week or 2, and then add another one. Small, consistent actions create massive transformations over time. And remember, self-care, it isn't selfish. So taking care of yourself means you show up better for everyone else in your life. Remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. All right, so I want to hear from you guys watching this video. Which out of these 10 self-care tips are you going to start doing? drop a comment down below and let me know. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It will help more people discover these amazing tips. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.